Hello, hi everyone. My name is Kayla. I'm an online plant-based dietitian, nutrition, and run coach, um, and a plant-based dietitian. Probably is the easiest way to describe who I am, my title. And today, and welcome back to Monthly Talks with myself. And today we're going to talk about holiday eating, specifically plant-based holiday eating. And this is part two from my um, previous talk. So um, thank you for joining. And thank you to Fake Meats for sponsoring this month's live talks and virtual veg fest as well for having me this opportunity to talk with everybody here. And virtualvegfestlive.com also has special content, so make sure to check that out and some awesome prizes. So, holiday eating, let me give you some tips on how to navigate the holiday season, specifically around plant-based eating as well as avoiding that holiday weight gain that a lot of us may be really concerned about, worried about. A lot of times this time of year, because there's so many sweets, there's so much food, which is just such a big part of our culture and our celebration around the holidays is food. But we really don't want to fear food because it's part of our culture. But there is a way we can go about and use strategies and tips to make it go better, make it feel better, and less, anxious about it if you are one of those people. And then I also wanted to talk about specifically too, if you are new to plant-based eating or if you're new to being vegan, and you're going to someone else's home for a holiday dinner, how do we navigate this? So I'm going to give you some tips as well to how to navigate this. So number one is to eat breakfast. We don't want to be skipping meals on a holiday, even if we're going to have a big meal. We don't want to have that. A lot of people, a lot of my clients sometimes will have that mindset of, well, I want to save up calories because I know I'm going to eat a lot during my big meal. But we actually want to have something to eat before because then we're less likely to overeat. And having one big meal out of a whole year is okay. It is not going to totally, this like really be bad or anything. It is okay. But it can be helpful if you still are eating breakfast and we don't want to get into, at least we don't want to get into that routine habit of skipping meals, being so hungry, and then overeating because we're skipping meals. So that's not something, not a practice that we want to get into routinely. So even on, holidays, it is good to have something to eat for breakfast. Number two, take a 10-minute break. Take pauses between the bites. Enjoy the meal. If you're with other people, have conversations with other people, and that can help you slow down your eating and can also trigger when you may be full. And then also that 10-minute break, where that comes from is that it takes us about 10 minutes to know if we're truly full. So it's good to give yourself 10 minutes before giving seconds. And number three is distance yourself from the food table. So if you are at a family dinner and there's snacks around, close by, go to another room, go somewhere away from that food table if there's lots of food around, um, because we are more likely to eat food that's in front of us. And this goes for any time of the year, right? And I have a lot of these conversations with clients. It's like, well, I have such a sweet tooth, and I come home or I just grab a bag of chips because it's there. So we talk about, can we, put that, make that food out of sight and put our fruits and vegetables in our sight, then we're more likely to have those. So we want the same thing around the holidays. Distance yourself from the table. You're less likely to snack or eat more sweets or cookies than you want. Number four, be mindful of drinks. Be mindful of what you're drinking and what's in it. Often, sometimes like our I know eggnog is not vegan, but they do believe they make vegan eggs. Um, but a lot of some of our drinks can be higher in calories, so we just want to be careful and mindful of what we're drinking. Um, we may be, consuming more than we want to be, so it's just helpful to just be mindful of that. Number five, maintain your exercise routine or go for a walk with your family and friends. Um, can be really helpful too to have that movement as well as giving your body time to digest. Often we will feel so stuffed, we will get in that food coma and we want to lay on the couch or the bed, and it actually isn't the best thing to do for the digestive process, and for you to feel good and energized. You should actually take a quick walk and you'll feel a lot better. Number 6 is load up on those veggies. And for the most part, if you're going to someone else's home and they're not all, it's not a vegan dinner, most likely that's what you're probably going to be choosing. Most of the foods and most of the dishes will probably be more vegetable based. But another part of why we should be including more veggies is because these have more vegetables. They're lower in higher nutrient density, lower calories, and that's why we want to load up on these veggies rather than all the other stuff. Um, and number 7, bring your own plant-based dish. So if you are going to somebody else's home for the holidays, bring a vegan plant-based dish to share with people. You'll be really surprised, even if they're not totally vegan or plant-based. Often family members will like it and they will try it. I've had family members that really have surprised me at some of the dishes that I brought around on the holidays, and have really enjoyed my meals. I actually, over this past holiday, went to my mom's house and my aunt came over and she was really, I didn't end up having enough time in order to bring something like I normally do. And she was actually disappointed. She's like, "Oh, I thought Kayla would have a vegan dish." So you would actually be really surprised. And before my grandfather passed away, he also really loved one of the dishes that I made. I believe it was a quinoa winter salad. It's a great dish for this time of year to bring around holidays and around, just for family gatherings. A great, quinoa can be easily made, easy dish to make. It's pretty easy, but it goes over really well. People really love it. It's really flavorful. I think I put orange zest in it, dried cranberries, kale. So it's healthy, but it tastes good. People really like it. Oh, and orange juice, orange zest and orange juice, and that gives it a lot. I like the little sweetness and the flavor. And people just really love it. So I'm really surprised. I was really surprised my grandfather ate it because he was a steak and potato kind of guy. So when he ate my vegan dishes and my vegan food, it was really surprising. And number 8, if you are hosting, vegan, make your favorite dishes but vegan. So we can make our favorite. We don't have to completely change our menu and get rid of all the traditional dishes, but we can make little changes to these recipes. They may not be the same. They may taste a little bit different. They sometimes take us a little bit time. Some things may be totally off. They may not taste good at all. Um, but it's worth a try. I've done this with a lot of things that I really enjoy and just kind of alter them or change them a little bit. Um, some of the common items or food products that you can really easily replace without changing the recipe too much is for an egg. use a flaxseed egg. So all that is 1 tablespoon of flaxseed meal. I should say flax meal, it's ground flaxseed. 1 tablespoon of flax meal with 3 tablespoons of water. Yes, I believe it's 3 tablespoons of water. That's an easy way to make a flax egg. Anything that takes egg, use that. Sugar, a good substitute for sugar can either be syrup, agave, or you can use raw sugar or coconut sugar. That is vegan. Our white sugar is what's not vegan. So we can use the raw or the what did I say? Coconut sugar. So those are options. For sugar substitutes, egg substitute. Um, Other substitutes, dairy. Dairy is also an easy one to substitute as well. Anything that has regular milk can be substituted with a plant-based milk, soy milk, almond milk, oat milk, kind of our common milks, coconut milk. One thing I'll say, be careful with certain, depending on the type of dish you're going for, just be careful with like the flavored milks. I've used like a vanilla almond milk before in a dish that just wasn't a sweet dish. So when I added the milk that was vanilla, it just didn't really go well. So just be careful with that. Um, I think those are the biggest, yeah, those are the biggest things. Oil, you can always, this is mostly baking. Oil, you can substitute with applesauce or coconut oil. I use coconut oil probably the most for baking. It works really well. To substitute for a lot. So instead of like, used to use or, my grandma and my mom used pure fat. They used the shortening in the lard, and like in pie crust and even just to like grease the pan. And now I changed to using number number 9 is drink water. Make sure to hydrate. This is something I think we tend to forget about when it comes to water. My water. When it comes to uh, those those days that we're kind of out of our routine, we tend to forget. But something about water to keep us hydrated. All those benefits of water. But another thing is that it can prevent us from overeating. When we're dehydrated, we may feel hungry even though we're thirsty. So make sure to stay hydrated. And then number 10, lastly, is educate if you're asked why you're vegan. And I say if you're asked because we don't want to be that person that feels like we're shoving it down other people's throats. Like our way is best, right? Unfortunately, that method is just not what works. I work with a lot of people and a lot of clients on changing their habits and behaviors and telling them what I think they should do just doesn't work. We use a lot of motivational interviewing, and I get them to come to their conclusions on their own, and we educate. So that's my advice and my suggestion is don't give your advice or suggestions unless they ask, and be prepared to educate them if they do ask. Make sure you know the resources. Make sure you're clear on why you are vegan, why you eat this way. Just really make sure you can back up why you're doing this and why this is good for you, and explain this isn't, lifestyle change that's for everyone, but for you, this is the best thing that you've done, and this is why. And share your story. There's nothing wrong with sharing your story, but again, it's really best if we only talk about it if others. And another thing too is if you need a great resource, send them to Virtual Veg. This is a wonderful community. I know Virtual Veg is now doing live Fest as well, which is amazing. We're back in person as well. So, if they're local, they can certainly attend the live event. Or if they're not able to attend live events, we have this platform. They can come to virtualvegfestlive.com, or they can come to Facebook and join our live community talks and learn more about plant-based eating and why or how it could be beneficial and helpful for our environment, the animals, and your health. So with that, I hope everyone has a wonderful holiday, and I will see you all next year. Bye.